everyone, and welcome back to the Everyday Inspiration series that I do with Christy and Daisy and Dolly and Jen and Lisa. And so today we were super lucky and got a vacation photo from Daisy. She went to SeaWorld, and I was super inspired by the background that has like I guess it's like a big TV screen and all of the colors on it. And so I pulled out this Wild at Heart collection from Cocoa Vanilla. It's a Clique kit that I had purchased, and I really wanted to use it. And I saw this beautiful floral, and I pretty much decided that was going to kind of be the starting point. And then I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do kind of as that background. I didn't want to pull in the blue so much as there's lots of blue in the photo, but I really wanted to kind of be fairly neutral, because if you look at the photo, the blue does kind of blend into the back as somewhat of a neutral. So here I am freaking out about cutting into these papers. I was talking to Amber and I'm like, Amber, I just can't do it. I can't cut these pretty papers. And I flip it over and the floral has that beautiful ombre. And I'm like, what side do I do? Do I cut the darker pink, the lighter pink? And then I'm like, I think I got it too short. It's too small. I'm like, I'm going to have to cut the pretty paper again. So that's when I look at the darker floral. I'm like, no, it's okay. You can do this. So it has this specialty paper that is a navy vellum. Gorgeous. So I am going to take that and I am going to cut a small strip of that, and I'm going to put it on top and bottom of the floral. So there I am, totally distracted by all the pretty paper. It was terrible. It's a good thing that I sped this one up, because, oh goodness, poor Amber had to listen to me. So good thing you don't have to look at me struggle and whine about cutting beautiful paper. So I'm trying to think, do I want to do it on the side, which tends to be more of a go-to design for me. So here's that blue where I was kind of like, ooh, this is kind of a little bit more like the photo. And then I was like, nope, it's too much. I want it simple. And there I am. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I need more of this beautiful floral, but that piece is too big. So I will go back to this and I will eventually put it up on top again, because the inspiration for me with the photo was that it spanned across the whole photo, that TV screen with the beautiful colors. So here I am cutting into that vellum, which actually wasn't as hard as I thought. Definitely not as hard as cutting into the paper. I guess because you don't tend to use a whole vellum 12 by 12 sheet of paper. You normally cut into it, whereas a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, you have to commit, okay, if I cut it, I can't use it as a background anymore. So I will eventually go back to the original thought that I had with the inspiration. So the picture has Shamu jumping up in the right side of the photo. So I am using my photo kind of as Shamu, and that is where basically my main set of clusters is going to be. So I pulled out all of the ephemera and am just going through it and seeing which bits and bobs of loveliness that I want to get on this layout. This is the first time I have used this collection. It is currently living in my hoarded section, so I was glad that I got it out. So I haven't talked about the picture a whole lot yet. um, so this is a picture of my daughter, and she is sitting at the dinner table, and she's giving me a not happy look. But it is the most hilarious story, and I could not wait to tell this story. So she really likes food, like her mother. And so pretty much every time I pick her up from dance, it's usually I pick her up from dance, we're going home for to make dinner, or even sometimes after I pick her up from school, she's like, "What's for dinner?" And I said, "Well, we're having chicken." And she said, "Well, what kind of chicken are we having?" And I said, "We're having chicken breasts." And she's like, "Well, so like not the thighs?" And I was like, "No," because she likes those as well. And she's like, "Well, what part of the chicken is that from?" I'm like, "Well, honey, where are your thighs?" And so she points at her thighs. She knows where that is. And so she's like, I'm like, "Well, do you know where the breasts are?" And she looks at me, and I can see her in the back mirror, and she's like, "No." And so I said, "Honey, where are the boobies?" And she was like, "Oh my gosh." And so the funniest thing was she's mortified that we are eating chicken boobies for dinner. And I said, "Honey, it's just a muscle, just like the muscle is on a leg or the thigh that we eat." I'm like, it that's just part of how it works. So we were giving her such a hard time at dinner and asking her, we said, "Oh, so how do your chicken boobies taste?" And so that was about the time that she gave me that look. And I snapped a picture, because if I do not write down this story, as funny as it is, and I think that I'll remember it, I won't. So I got to get it on paper, and I got to get it in an album. And if I don't have a picture to go with it, it's kind of hard for me to remember. So that is the funny story of the picture, which will go with the title. So I am backing my picture with the doily. And then I am taking, there are two frames that come in this ephemera pack. There is a pink ombre and a blue ombre. And I am going to put half of one on the top and half of one on the bottom. So amazingly enough, I did not use very many pattern papers on this layout. I actually used very little. So I am going to add those frames, and then I am going to put this tag on here, and I'm not so sure if the whole story will actually fit on that. So I'm going to have to think how my thought process is as far as how I'm going to get the story on this layout. So I'm creating 3 little clusters. There's one small one that is up at the top left-hand corner, and that just has a tag that says sweet. And then the one with the regular tag and a butterfly ephemera and that little love ticket. And then I put a couple of florals down there, as well as 2 banner strips that say "Forever in My Heart, Memories, and XO." And then that little circle says "Cherish these moments." So at this point, I did put you on pause and go do some stitching. So that's what I was kind of showing you, is I stitched down the floral paper, and then I also stitched on the 2 banner strips on the bottom and the XOXO banner strip as well. And now I'm going to come back and I am going to grab the sticker sheet that comes with that, and I am going to pull a few label, they're not really labels, and they're not really tiny word stickers. I guess they're phrase stickers. I'm going to pull a couple of phrase stickers and then like a little tab that says memories. So those phrase stickers say, oh gosh, hopefully there's a close-up coming up. So there's one. And oh, can't get enough and love you to bits. So that is my layout. I hope you enjoyed it. Please head over and check out everybody else's. The links are below. And remember to wear your crown.